One of the most impactful things that I learned, that I took away, was the day that we did strategic planning. And I was like, this sounds like it's going to be kind of boring. And nothing about Leadership Southside was boring. All the opportunities and the speakers were amazing, and there was activities. It was great. But one of the activities we did during strategic planning was empathy mapping, and that really stuck out.
How was that Leadership Southside thing?
It was amazing. I actually was fortunate enough to be asked to write a testimonial for the program for the event last night. So I got to read it when I got there, which is really cool. Because I told Rachel Covington, who's one of the ones who runs it, that it's been a really transformational experience for me. I've become a better person. I've become more involved in the community. I've grown to love this community after only living here for a very short time. And I've gotten to meet a lot of really, really cool people that are professionals in this area that have helped me with a lot of stuff. There's a mentoring program through it. So I had a mentor that I was able to meet with on my own time, which was really cool. And I've just gotten so much out of it. I've been able to bring so many ideas back here and implement them in staff meetings.
Yeah, I know you brought a lot of stuff back for us.
Yeah.
I think that's the chamber that we have here is really an unknown resource that's really great.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, a lot of chambers of commerce in cities are just not very active, but
it's a lot different here. It's a huge sense of community, and the people in the community care about it and about each other, and it's just so different than any other place I've lived, and I love it, and I want to be a part of it, and I want to see it keep going and snowball and make us better. It's an amazing place to live, Danville is.
I think there's a real core group of people that really care, and I think it's growing. I think
it's
really it's getting contagious.
I think so, yeah.
Well, I know from living in bigger cities, and like Miami especially, is that it's really hard to be in touch with anybody down there.
Yeah.
So it's being here, you feel like people say there's a lot less or whatever, a lot less to do, things like that, but you have so many more connections. You have such a quality of life and a connection with people, it helps.
Yeah, and really, I mean, if people always say this, but if you seek out opportunities and you look for things, there is stuff to do, but there really is, and there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, through Leadership Southside, I went on a trolley tour and found out about a bunch of places that I hadn't known about, and there's a lot of good stuff that goes on down at the Riverwalk Trail, and a lot of community-based events at the community market, and I mean, a lot of these places you start to see the same people, but then you start building a network, and the sense of community just keeps growing. I mean, there really is a lot to do in this area, and it's nice because it's kind of close-knit, so you do end up seeing the same people. One of the most impactful things that I learned, that I took away, was the day that we did strategic planning, and I was like, this sounds like it's going to be kind of boring, and nothing about Leadership Southside was boring. All the opportunities and the speakers were amazing, and there was activities. It was great, but one of the activities we did during strategic planning was empathy mapping, and that really stuck out to me because I empathize with people. I like to make connections with people, and when you're doing the same day-to-day things, day in, day out, you kind of get jaded, I guess, a little bit, and so it's easy to put people in a box that they don't necessarily belong in. And so we did empathy mapping, and I presented mine in the program, and it was just about kind of like a typical type of client we would see here. And it was just nice to like look at it from like what their perspective would be. Like, if I was that person, this is what I would be trying to portray. That might be coming across differently, or maybe as abrasive. And so I brought that back to the clinic, and we did it in a staff meeting, and each different group had a different type of, like, I guess, stereotypical person. And it was really, I think everybody enjoyed it. It was really eye-opening for me anyway.
It was good.
I like that
I
a lot.
think just the fact that we call people clients. We don't just call them people. You know, it's like we have this, like, they're some kind of generic group of clients. You know, and people are just people, and they're all different. And, you know, you can't tell from the outside what they are on the inside a lot of times.
Absolutely. And different people have different needs. Different pets have different needs. And we try to stay away from putting everybody needs this, boom, 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 cookie cutter experience. We try to cater to the needs and the lifestyles of our clients and patients. And so the empathy mapping, I think, really helped with that, because people, you're right, people are people. I mean, and so we should look at them like they are.
I think that's that one step, that personal connection that we need. to be able to know what people's needs are and to help them, you know, through it, is we got to have that personal connection. So
oh yeah, for you to be able to look at somebody and say, this is what they're saying, but what might they mean by it?
Right.
Can really help you get to the bottom of what this person actually needs, not what you think they need.
So I think of our mission statement, treating people like family first, and then providing outstanding quality care. You really can't provide outstanding care unless you treat them like family and you are connected with them and know what they really need.
Absolutely. Yep.
So.